They confirm it is a fumble, and the Pittsburgh Steelers become the first franchise in history to win 6 Super Bowls. I don't know that you can beat last year's game with the Giants in New England, but this is in the neighborhood. There it is, Santonio Holmes on the drive after Arizona had taken the lead after they had erased a 13-point deficit. There's the Gatorade pass from Mike Tomlin after the change of possession, and in his second year, he not only becomes the youngest coach to coach in a Super Bowl, clearly the youngest to win a Super Bowl. John Gruden was 39 when he won for Tampa against Oakland back in '02. And Santonio Holmes, from, as he likes to say in all Buckeyes, the Ohio State University, 9 catches, 131 yards, and the game winner.
You know, you think that both of these teams played so well, and the gap between winning and losing is the widest gap in sports, but they were so close and they played so hard, and both teams, when they were down and they kept fighting and coming back, and to me this is the way football should be played. This is what the NFL is, and this is a heavyweight championship fight.
Back and forth, and how many different storylines and twists did this one have, and how many different leads could you write to this game? It was a classic.
When Santonio Holmes had to make the play, he made it. When Ben Roethlisberger had to make the throw, he made it. They were both perfect.
And Holmes made 2 big plays because he got him down there in a position where they weren't even.
They finally caught up with him.
That's a bath any coach wants to take.
You live for that, believe me.
Yes, you do. Pittsburgh 27, Arizona 23. The Super Bowl 43 post-game show coming up after the break.
Ladies and gentlemen, celebrating the 40th anniversary of his Super Bowl III victory, please welcome Hall of Fame quarterback Joe Namath and the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Super Bowl III MVP, Hall of Famer, and Pennsylvania native, Joe Willie Namath. Ladies and gentlemen, here to present the Vince Lombardi Trophy to the chairman of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mr. Dan Rooney, is the commissioner of the National Football League, Roger Goodell.
Well, some said that we could not top last year's Super Bowl, but the Steelers and Cardinals did that tonight. Dan, Art, Mike, Ben, and all the Steeler fans, congratulations on your 6th World Championship. You're Super Bowl winners again. Congratulations, Dan.
Thank you, Commissioner. Mr. Rooney, what was your expectations of this team when the season started?
This group of young players were just marvelous. I can't say enough about them. We had the toughest schedule in the league. They kept going under Mike Tomlin's direction, and it was great. I would just like to thank President Obama and all the Steeler Nation for supporting us down through the years. And it's really terrific. Mike Tomlin has just done a marvelous job, and thank you very much.
Do you have room in the trophy for another one there? You got 6 of them. Now you're the winningest franchise in NFL history.
We'll make room.
Thank you, Mr. Rooney. Let me bring in the head coach here. Come on over, Coach. Mike Tomlin, the youngest coach to coach in a Super Bowl. That would make you the youngest coach to win a Super Bowl. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm also the most blessed coach to work with our staff and this group of men right here. I cannot say enough about what these guys are willing to do for one another and for you out there, Steeler Nation.
When you took over this team at age 32 and you're following in some pretty big footsteps with Bill Cowher, did you at any point think that maybe you were in over your head?
No, I had great belief in the Rooneys, in their decision making. They know what they're doing. My comfort rested in their decision making, and all I wanted to do was prove them right.
How nervous were you during those when you saw Larry Fitzgerald taking off for the touchdown? What were you thinking?
Actually, I was thinking if they were going to score, that's how you want them to score quickly. You know, this has been our story all year, hasn't it been? Steeler football is 60 minutes. It's never going to be pretty. Throw style points out the window, but these guys will fight to the end. And I take my hat off to you, and I congratulate every last one of you.
Coach, congratulations. We bring up the MVP, Santonio Holmes. I want to bring in, come on. Congratulations, Santonio. Grab the hardware from Ben. You certainly deserve that. Nine catches on the evening, 131 yards. You had 4 on the final drive. Ben, say anything to you in the huddle in that final drive?
I said to him that I wanted to be the guy to make the plays for this team. I wanted to continue to be great, and great players step up in big-time games and make plays.
What did you think when you saw Larry Fitzgerald take it to the house?
I kind of lost a lot of composure, you know, but I knew my defense would get us a chance to get the ball back. And when I knew we got a great quarterback in number 7, you know, he's the guy that's going to continue to work hard, you know, and give me an opportunity. And we did it.
For posterity's sake, what was the name of the play that you scored the game-winning touchdown on?
If I tell everybody about that, they'll definitely be looking to stop us from here on out.
Well, congratulations, Santonio.
Thank you. I appreciate it. This one for Pittsburgh, baby.
Come on over, Ben. All right, you got 2 of them. You told me earlier in the week, you said, you know what, I was nervous the first time around. This time I was having fun. Did you?
I had a lot of fun. Really proud of this group of guys. Pittsburgh, our fans, we love you all over the world. And you know what? Offensive line, who's laughing now, O-line? Let me take this down to them.
Well, hold on a second. They'll get plenty of time to touch it here. But on that final drive, what did you say to these guys when you got in the huddle?
I said it's now or never. I told the guys all the film study you put in doesn't matter unless we go do it now. And I'm really proud of the way they responded, went all the way down the field and scored.
What did you learn about yourself tonight?
That anything's possible.
Congratulations. That's 2 Super Bowls for Ben Roethlisberger, turning 27 in a month. Second youngest to win 2 Super Bowl trophies. Congratulations, Ben. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the Super Bowl champions. Congrats, man.
And we have more to come from Tampa, including more interviews and thoughts from our panel. We're coming right back in the aftermath of Super Bowl 43 after this. Fantastic finishes with Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers finally getting the last word. A picture-perfect winning touchdown pass to the MVP Santonio Holmes. There it is with 35 seconds to go, and a record 6th Super Bowl title for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who now rank perhaps as the model franchise in all of American sports. We finally reached the end of our Super Bowl broadcast, but don't go anywhere. There's a special episode of The Office about to begin. Once again, the final score, the Steelers 27, the Cards 23.